All right, and going back to our top story and joining us on the broadcast on that today is Subhamoy Bhattacharjee, senior economic journalist. Sir, a very warm welcome to the broadcast. Prime Minister Modi today in Varanasi said that India is on track to become the third largest economy in the world. Now, with country's GDP projected to reach $7.3 trillion by 2030 and inflation easing, what all sectors, according to you, have contributed to India's significant growth?
All sectors. I mean, that is the important part about understanding how India has been doing. It's not about just one sector or one area which is doing well. You can't have a long-term sustained growth rate just on the basis of one sector.
Yeah.
So across the board, if you look at the decomposition of the GDP, you see that almost every sector, in fact, from agriculture to industry, to services, these have all been very, very significant areas of growth, and they're all showing up their strength. And that is something which makes us very confident that this rate of growth will now sustain. And as you are projecting, yes, India is going to be above 7 trillion by 2030, because that's exactly what we would expect with a growth rate of around 7% or even more. And that's showing up. So there's a broad-based development that's happening, and every sector has been pushing on the growth story. Yeah,
indeed. Now, sir, global economy is facing several challenges in the current scenario. And on the other hand, India's economy is witnessing significant boom. What factors contribute to the same, according to you?
But two things, as the Prime Minister today himself said, that first of all, it is not just from the Prime Minister, as he was saying, that everybody, right down to the smallest entrepreneur, everybody has to contribute to ensuring that growth momentum of the Indian economy is kept strong. Now, there are lots of ways to do it, but essentially what it means is that opportunities will be coming up, but opportunities would also must be sustained, and opportunities must be provided to every sector. For instance, when we are talking about, he was talking about tourism. The tourism is something that was often not noticed and wasn't such a considered a significant value addition. But tourism in states like Uttar Pradesh, in states like Odisha, these are the new areas other than what we have already been the major tourist circuits. Are significant growth enablers, and they provide employment, they provide sustenance, and what's important is that they are not polluting. So what exactly happens is that it broad bases the growth to large number of people, and that's something that's very important. But to make that happen, there is a necessity that everybody, right from the district administration to the state administration and onwards to the center, the officials concerned must provide the right environment, quick clearances to ensure that tourism takes off. I mean, that's something. We just have about 9.8 million people coming into India. Now, that's very small, very small. I'm talking about foreign visitors into India. Spain, Barcelona itself gets the same amount of number of tourists as we get in the entire country. So you can see it's a hugely underdeveloped sector. But given the factors that we have, given the facilities that we have, given the attractions that India provides, this is a sector that just hasn't been harnessed. And this is a sector where a lot can be done if we use imagination and we produce along with that clearances to ensure that people can come in fast and get the best quality services to make their visit memorable. Yeah.
You've highlighted, you've emphasized on tourism sector a lot, and also you've just said that if put imagination into it, a lot can be done. What do you mean when you say imagination, sir?
By imagination, I mean that essentially there is a lot of space for going vocal for local. For instance, when tourists come to India, they would like to see Indian products. But those Indian products have to come to them very fast. It has to come to them comfortably. It has to come to them through an assurance that these are genuine products. Now, if you don't do that sort of stuff, then if we don't use our imagination to create the marketing chain, then obviously neither our artisans get the benefit, neither do we get the chance to sell our best products to the tourists, and we don't get the benefit of tourism. So these are the sort of stuff that we need to do, that when that those are the sort of stuff that we need to do, that for instance, if you want to produce indigenous goods from our place, you know that for instance, the Prime Minister has talked about the one district, one product.
Yeah.
Now, one district, one product is a very fantastic idea. But when we have that, but it's up to the people to implement it. That what does it mean when it says one district, one product? The quality has to be good. You can't sort of, it's not a question of excluding other products from being produced. It simply means that that district should be extremely good at producing that product, so that everybody converges. They sort of become, that product becomes synonymous with that district. So there's a lot of imagination and play which can be used, and which is necessary to make these schemes become successful. Yeah.
Indeed. As far as India's booming economy is concerned, sir, I want to ask your reaction on the very fact that today India has become one such country with everyone wants to do business with. With recent example being the FTA. So how do you see that? How do you react to that? And how significantly it contributes to the booming economy of the country?
Well, the point that we should remember about these free trade agreements is that they are necessary for us, but they should basically be value enablers for us, in the sense that we need the free trade agreements, but we need them at our terms. It should not be something that we do it at the terms which somebody else needs.
No, sir. I think
which would be helping us.
Okay, I think you got it wrong.
Significant, and that's what exactly the Prime Minister said.
Yeah.
That